Hello, friends. Since this last week was Purim, and we were planning to do this as the first in-person gathering without masks, I couldn't help reflect on the last time we had gathered so freely. It was actually Purim 2020. It was Saturday, March 7th. On March 4th, Governor Gavin Newsom had declared a state of emergency following the first known COVID-19 death of a Californian who had contracted the virus on a cruise. We had a somewhat light turnout for Purim because some people were already nervous about this new virus, but it would be 2 weeks, March 19th, until Newsom would issue the stay-at-home order, where all non-essential businesses were ordered to close and people were encouraged to avoid going out. So this past Saturday evening was exactly 2 years to the day from that stay-at-home order. Zoe and I arrived at Beth Chaim around 5 p.m., and it felt a little surreal to walk into the sanctuary and see Larry Candeub, our spiritual life director, and his team setting up the sanctuary for our Purim celebration. Zoe would be doing tarot card readings, and we set up her table in the corner. Ben Fox and Paul Yamshan were finishing setting up the Brotherhood bar. Lois Kamarov and other Sisterhood members were putting out the delicious-looking homemade hamantaschen and creative festival table centerpieces. The magician arrived, did a pretty impressive card trick for me, and told me that he was a 6th grade science teacher at Pine Valley Middle School. The caricaturist was setting up his easel near the door to the patio. He was excited and ready to go. Larry's wife, Barb, told me that the balloon artist volunteered at this Pleasanton Senior Center every Thursday morning and was a very sweet human being. He did work only for nonprofits and didn't accept pay. Our volunteers were putting the last touches on the tables that were to be set up around the sanctuary, and it felt like we were ready for a great party. Larry and his group of volunteers had worked so hard to put this together. I said to him, "Thank you so much. It looks like we're ready." It was about 5:30 p.m. and Larry looked a little nervously out through our lobby and remarked, "All we need are people." And then he flashed that warm smile, and I gave him a hug. So good to hug again. The first people arrived, a couple, then another couple, a few individuals. Several more people then came as a group. It was happening. Mark Garretts had started the music videos, which were playing at just the right background volume that invited conversation and connection. More people entered, brightly costumed, and some faces even had masks. Purim masks, not COVID masks. And the celebration was on. And it wasn't a huge crowd, but it was good sized. Our sanctuary has that magical quality to expand or contract depending on the number of people that it is holding. As more people entered, you could feel the warmth build. There was so much joy, so much delight in being able to be together in person, face to face, with all of the information being communicated from lips and mouths and full expressions. Larry and his merry crew had planned perfectly. The bar was a focal point, but nobody seemed to be drinking to excess. The pizza, a particular Danville Purim tradition, and the hamantaschen were disappearing with great appreciation. Zoe never got up once from her tarot card table, and there was a line there all evening long. You could see the number of people who had their caricatures done. There were drawings scattered on tables and chairs. The magician was so impressed by the kindness and warmth of the gathering that he decided to donate his fee back and ask that we apply it for a worthwhile tzedakah. I believe that I had a chance to speak, sometimes just a brief welcome and often a longer, delightful conversation with every person who came to the party. It was so delicious. I think this is one of those times when you could authentically say, a good time was had by all. What a lovely Purim celebration. What a sweet gathering of community that was so hungry to be together. If you were there, you know what a wonderful time it was. If you weren't, speak to someone who was, so you can vicariously share in the experience through the perspective of others as well. You know, our next big communal event is Saturday evening, May 21st. It is our Welcome Home fundraiser, an evening to celebrate and support our Beth Chaim community. These gatherings are so nourishing for the body and the spirit. I hope you will join us. Stay safe and be well. Shalom uvracha, peace and blessings.